I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I'm always self-destructive, I take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Please help me see the things that I am, I don't understand, I'm doing. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I'm always self-destructive, I take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Please help me see the things that I am, I don't understand, I'm doing the best that I can right now, but it's never enough, I'm not even ready to slow down. Just slow down. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I'm always self-destructive. I'll take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I'll fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady. I've lost a million times already. I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Please help me see the things that I am. I don't understand. I'm doing the best that I can right now, but it's never enough. I'm not even ready to slow down. Just slow down. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I know that worthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I'm always self-destructive. I'll take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I'll fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady. I've lost a million times already. I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Please help me see the things that I am. I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady. I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I'm always self-destructive. I'll take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I'll fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady. I've lost a million times already. I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. understand. I'm doing the best that I can right now, but it's never enough. I'm not even ready to slow down. Just slow down. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not.
And he's pedal to the metal, go, go, go! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is round 8 of the PSGL F4 tier as we are going to head to Spa. Now, you can see there's a lot of changes here. George is here. He's just not got his camera set up. George, how are you doing today?
I'm stressed because work was stressful today and as such overran, hence my lack of camera. I had to dismantle my setup as I have to have like a laptop on it instead for work, and now I just only finished doing that just now. Ooh. That was kind of gross, but here we are. I'm actually here. It is okay. No need to panic. I could tell that you were worrying.
There was a mild worry, you know, my motherly instincts kick in. As we are, I think we're going to have quite a good lineup today of drivers heading into Belgium, and we know Belgium's one of those weather-sensitive tracks as well, and I'm looking forward because this if I remember rightly, you said it's one of your favourite tracks.
Yeah, it is. It is one of my favourite tracks, partly because it has a bit of everything, and it's also a very long lap, which means that there are quite a few opportunities for overtaking and a lot of opportunities for just general. How do I say this the right way? I was going to go for a more Anglo-Saxon term for this one, but just general bits of madness, I suppose I would say. I can't quite think of the right term that is PG for or safe for broadcast, shall we say. But yeah, it's got the opportunity for a lot of chaos. It's got a lot of opportunity for a lot of carnage. When I've commentated this particular track previously, it certainly has provided on all of those fronts. We've had people missing pit stops. We've had all manner of just mishaps and madness and mayhem. And it often does provide on that front, and it has been a staple of league racing in the F1 games for quite some time. So it's interesting to always watch this. It always comes out to be a good race and one that I'm always very happy with.
Yeah.
whenever I do it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely got a massive amount of, this track definitely requires a lot of skill in the sense, because there are some very challenging corners within this track. Particularly, we know, it's gone out of my head. Arouge being one of them, and Radion. Both of those corners are very challenging within themselves. And then you've also got the bus stop chicane of turns 18 and 19 proving to be a challenge. And then, of course, the numerous overtaking zones. So particularly if you're very good, so starting off going in number order, turn 1, if a good exit off the bus stop chicane, you can see yourself planning a move there. But it does leave you vulnerable for turn 5, which is another overtaking opportunity. We see some moves if you stay side by side through 5, 6, and 7 into turn 8. That has happened quite a bit. And then if you have the cojones, and I have seen this done, through turns 10 and 11 with no name being an opportunity to mount a move. But you have to get a good run out of turn 9 and put that car around the outside. Final opportunities is into turn 16 and 17. You could take 17 around the outside like Max Verstappen did on Felipe Nasr. And then finally the bus stop chicane itself, 18-19, is another common place of overtaking. As I believe we are waiting for just a couple more drivers to ready up.
I sent you an OBS Ninja link, by the way, if you wanted it.
It's way too late now. We're about to get in.
Way too late! I don't believe it! There's no such thing!
I do not have 7 seconds to go put your face on stream to then it changing once again.
I just need my face to be seen by the internet.
Oh, God. As we will head over. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure.
God bless.
God bless indeed. It's gonna be fun. I hope this race.
I hope, yeah, because often Spa can just turn into a bit of a DRS train, especially with people just waiting for opportunities down Kemmel. So if it does start to spread out a bit, you'll generally get a little bit more racing, but we know that in F4 that doesn't tend to always happen.
We could go into podcast mode. Fine-tune our little talks, shall we say.
Yes, that would be splendid.
Talking of the championship, let's briefly talk about the championship as I quickly try and pull up the current championship, because it's had a bit of a shuffle around since last race. We saw that in Portugal, in Portimao, a track that doesn't normally create some spicy racing, did actually pose one or two great overtaking opportunities, has shifted the standings thus far, which leads, if I pull it up, PCF4 to
We're
be...
a prepared broadcast here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rashan still holds the lead, only by 2 points, with Milan Mayer just taking him into second place, followed by Andrew Molnar and then Thomas Laminen. All of them are within 6 points, and if you go to 10 points behind, then it's Thomas Gall in the Red Bull to be at the rear. But it's all to play for. This championship is still wide open, and with about 6 races left, it's anyone's game.
Absolutely. It absolutely is anybody's game, and I think that's what makes it so interesting and so spellbinding to watch, really. You have that kind of constant flip-flopping with the championship, the constant threat of somebody behind. You need to make sure that you have a good weekend when you get into this kind of particular endeavor, when you get into this battleground. I'm hearing some noise coming through your microphone, by the way. Is that all right? Are you okay there?
Is that better?
Yeah, I just was hearing a lot of background frequency. It was worrying. I was hoping the stream couldn't hear it. But I think the one thing that I would say about the leaders of this championship at the moment, the one thing that they all have in common is that they are all reasonably consistent scorers. All of them have had at least one race where they don't score. But on the flip side of things, that's just one race. Where you compare it to the rest of the field, you've had quite a few more instances of not scoring or did not finish for a variety of different reasons. This division, whilst it is still one of the higher divisions, can still be a bit of a lottery when it comes to getting through turn 1 alive, really.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know, it's a hit and miss division where it's anyone's game, realistically speaking. You know, someone could come at the top, someone could be at the rear. Anyone can shine and fall, and we've seen that with a lot of drivers, such as Jane Tripkov, you know, rising up. I think it was in Britain, absolutely doing a splendid job, and my internet just absolutely died.
Yeah, it did. Are you alright? Is the stream gone? Or is it reconnecting?
No. Do you want to do a podcast?
I mean, what do you want me to do?
Podcast it.
You want me to just radio broadcast what's going on?
I mean, I might be in within 2 seconds. But as I was saying, yeah, the likes of Jane Tripkov, he's been up and down throughout the season, particularly getting his best result in on, I think it was Britain, which definitely where he shone the most. I think I've just actually joined as a driver. I better not.
I don't know, but either way, Victor Garcia just got disqualified straight out the box. This is interesting to say the least, I guess. Yeah, it's certainly looking like an odd session already. Obviously, people just going out on track at the moment. Qualifying is never really too easy to kind of radio broadcast because you kind of need to see what's happening in order to get an idea of what's happening, because there's no overtaking or anything like that, so it becomes a little bit more difficult. But qualifying this season has always been quite important for a lot of the drivers, and it has often had a pretty decent bearing on who would generally come out on top in the race. We've seen Milan Mayer has been kind of less than optimal in qualifying at some portions of this, and we've also seen that on the flip side of things, you've got other drivers that have been particularly good. I mean, the last couple of rounds, we've seen the likes of Tomas Gal and, Christ, who else was it? The AlphaTauri driver who was previously his teammate, who I don't think is racing this week.
I'm not sure off the top of my head, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it'll come to me in a minute. I'm sure it will. But either way, they've been two relatively consistent qualifiers. The Hungarian...
Oh, my God.
I am thinking of... Not Tomas Gal.
I'm not sure, but my internet will not hold up this commentary.
Oh dear.
This stream.
That's upsetting.
And we've been having technical problems prior. I've been trying my best to try and resolve it. I don't think we're going to be streaming F4 today on the pure basis that my internet is completely trash. And as host, I do apologise. As you can see, the cameras are gone. Everything's not going the way it wants to. As much as we could try and radio broadcast, it's not going to work one end. So
okay,
I'm going to have to pull the plug. So apologies, ladies and gents, for anyone who is still was expecting a broadcast. It's not going to happen. It really is not, as much as we can try. We will try next week. Hopefully I will have resolved all issues and we'd be in a better place. But that being said, stay tuned next week. I think, where are we going next week? Let's give a little tease what's happening next week.
I can do that for you. Next week will be Australia, Albert Park.
Albert Park. A good all-round track, that one. It's got a good amount of overtaking, definitely some great opportunities there, and we could definitely have some action. But unfortunately, no Belgium this week. I think there was a bit of an excitement. I was excited for the track, but the internet's just too on-off with me at the moment, so I don't want to give you a terrible stream where it's hit and miss all the time. So that being said, thank you all for tuning in, but sorry, it's not happening.